If you are coming here to Porto and you don't know exactly where to stay, today I'm going to be suggesting 2 hostels for you that pretty much feel like hotels, to be honest. So you can save a few bucks and have your comfort as well. First one we're going to check out is called The Passenger, and it's literally here in the train station. This is São Bento train station in Porto, Portugal. So let's get on with it. As soon as you come in, you can see the bar, which is a huge plus, of course. The reception area is quite nice, and staff have been very friendly during my stay here. And on the second floor of reception, you'll find a pretty fancy piano that you can play. And just out the window, you have a pretty nice view of the São Bento train station. The passenger hostel has you pretty much covered with any activity you'd like to do, whether that be surf lessons, river tours, walking tours, wine tours, or the classic pub crawl. One thing I didn't love about the passenger hostel is that they had the dreaded triple bunk beds, and as fate would have it, I was on top, which made it a little difficult to get down sometimes. That said, the infrastructure in each room is pretty great. They have lockers for each of the guests, the curtains on the bed, a reading light, and a plug for your phone. The bathrooms were pretty awesome as well, with more than enough stalls, sinks, and showers for each of the guests. And probably what amazed me most about the passenger hostel was the building itself. It's very historic, right there in the train station, so it also has these really long hallways and tall ceilings. Truly beautiful. And here on the last floor, there's this amazing lounge area with all sorts of games. If you head down into the living room, there's Netflix on TV. And every morning, a pretty complete breakfast is served in the wide open kitchen area. And today, in this gloomy weather, unfortunately, I am checking out of the passenger and I am headed to a hostel called the Sandeman or the Sandeman. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Honestly, it's the one I wanted to stay in originally, but they were booked for about 2 nights, so I came here to the passenger. I don't regret it. And now we are heading to the Sandeman. Let's see what that one's like. One thing I will say about the passenger hostel is that it is located smack down here in the middle of the city center, so it's really easy to walk everywhere that you need to be, and you have everything around you. So I do suggest the passenger for that reason as well. The location is truly excellent. The building that the passenger hostel is in is that huge one with the light there. You can see it's quite a special building, and it's just immense inside, like many of the buildings here in Porto. Very historic. So to get to the House of Sandeman, that's what the hostel is called, you do have to cross this touristic and famous bridge. That's where I am right now. And just behind me down there, you can actually see the hostel already. It's right there on the dock, so it's a great location. You got the cable car running over it, so I'm pretty excited because apparently there are double beds there. And I've been sleeping on a couch for the past 2 months. So. And we are headed into the neighborhood Vila Nova de Gaia, which, fun fact, that's where my great-grandfather is born. My mother's grandfather, who is also called Arthur, is from Vila Nova de Gaia, so I'm kind of coming back to my roots in a way. And I just did my research online, and it seems like Sandeman or Sandman is a big port wine brand. That explains why I didn't know, because I'm not big on port wines. I'm actually going to do a tour here to see if they can convince me otherwise, but yeah, just not a huge fan. So apparently I'm staying at the hostel owned by this huge port wine brand. Just like that, I have made it to the House of Sandeman. Apparently that port wine has existed since 1790, and I'm only finding out about it today. But I'm gonna go check into the House of Sandeman because I need that double bed right now. So it's right here in front of the docks. The view is amazing, and we have that perfect gloomy weather for All Hallows Eve, Halloween 2021. As if life hasn't been scary enough lately. I've just checked in here to the House of Sandeman hostel, and I am amazed by it. I'm actually the first one in the room. Look how lovely this all looks. All the beds are made, and there are very comfortable beds. I'm guessing I will have roomies fairly soon, but the structure of this place is just incredible. I'm going to show you around the lobby area as well. And one thing to note is that all of the buildings here in Porto seem to be like old factories that have been converted into hostels and other things. So they're always very large and spacious, as you can see by this room here. So time to make myself comfortable here at the House of Sandeman, port wine. So this is my bed here. You have your own locker, you have plugs, and you have a reading light as well. Pretty comfy bed. The lounge area in the House of Sandeman has this really homey vibe where you can watch TV and meet all the other travelers. Breakfast is served every day until 11 o'clock, and later at 7 p.m. they give the new guests a welcome drink. In the morning, you grab your coffee, you rock up to the window, and enjoy this stunning view of the Douro River. So both the passenger hostel and the House of Sandeman are two excellent options for accommodation here in Porto. At the passenger, you're going to get a younger crowd. It's not exactly party central, but it is a very good place to meet other travelers and like-minded people. And here at the House of Sandeman, which is just behind me, you're going to get an older crowd, couples, and people mostly looking to rest maybe after all of their travels. And actually there's a lot of people that have done the Camino de Santiago and they come here to the House of Sandeman to rest because it is really comfortable. And now that you have a good idea of where to stay here in Porto, it's time for me to show you around town. So just click on the video that's on your screen and I'll show you this beautiful city. If that video's not up yet, subscribe so you don't miss it. See you there in 3, 2, 1.